right.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Creepy one.
What?
Good. You were giving me a creepy smile. I don't know. Welcome back. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you. Yeah, I still have a little bit of a congestion. It's going around though. So many people have been sick.
Yeah, don't jinx me on it.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna do a speed round.
Do it.
Back and forth. You first.
Go. So I just want to let everybody know, I think the most important thing for everyone to know right now, next week on Tuesday, 21st,
Yep.
4:30 p.m. here in the chambers is our budget workshop. This is really like one of the most critical meetings in the series of budget meetings we do. We presented our recommended budget to council at the regular meeting a couple weeks ago. This is rubber meets the road, where the council gets in there and talks about nitty-gritty stuff, does some adjustments based on community input, based on their ideas, what they want to see happen over the next year. We also present, as part of our staff report package that goes out today, answers to the questions we've compiled over the last week, and we're at 39 questions, which is great. In past, we've had to beg people to give us questions, and we got a lot of them, which I love. So that's going out today, about 40 questions being answered. It'll include still the recommended budget that we saw last time.
Yeah.
And a small staff report. Really, the staff report is just, what do you want to do with the budget? And here's the answers to the questions. So Tuesday, 4:30, here in Chambers or via Zoom. Please come and participate.
Yeah, and the nice thing about that workshop is there's no other business on the
That's
agenda.
right.
So we can really dig in and focus, and the council usually makes it a little bit more conversational, kind of. So yeah, we're happy about that. But there's an equally important meeting next week on Wednesday, the 22nd, which is the urbanized forest management plan draft. And so this is a public meeting at Carpenter Hall at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, the 22nd.
So that's not here.
No, it's a Carpenter Hall at Sunset Center.
Hall. Okay.
And, this is where Justin Ono, our city forester, and other members, Tom Ford is kind of leading, our amazing analyst will be leading the conversation. But we're going to talk about things like the tree species list, which is a little bit, controversial right now. And so talking about the changing urbanized forest and the big four trees, which I still believe should be the priority, and just getting community feedback. No decisions. One of the commissioners, Forest and Beach commissioners, will be presenting the results of the survey that we sent out. We got a lot of responses on that. So again, no decisions. This is one in a series of meetings that we're going to have. Eventually, the plan will come to the council for adoption, and then an LCP amendment. But again, we are months from that. That's
Fire and ambulance. We had a wonderful sort of reconstitution of our Fire and Ambulance Ad Hoc Committee, which is now comprised of Councilmember Richards and Councilmember Barron, who took the place of former Councilmember Tice. There wasn't a huge turnout. I think that's probably an indication of how many people were either thought that the deal was done already, or just all okay with the concept in general of Monterey Fire taking over operation of our ambulance. All the changes in that thing is basically a different patch on the arm.
Yep.
We still have an ambulance here in town. We still have people here that are our ambulance drivers, our firefighters. It's our department still. They're just managed by Monterey Fire, who is a wonderful, wonderful partner. So we had a good ad hoc meeting this week. Next step is we'll be heading back to council with some recommendations, fiscally what that's going to look like, contract structure and all those things. So that should be within the next month or so. And I know you had something you want to talk about with respect to that relationship we've got going on with fire and ambulance.
But if anybody read the civil grand jury report on the state of Monterey Fire, I think that my biggest takeaway is that the firefighters and the city of Monterey have addressed the concerns. They were already in progress of fixing some operational and physical improvements to some of the fire stations and the equipment and the maintenance. And so I think that was a good report, but I think, again, the community should have no concerns. And there were no findings about our physical fire station or the conditions here, or quite frankly, our equipment. And in that same vein, yesterday we held a great luncheon, a pizza luncheon with our partners, our fire department partners and members of our public works and planning administration teams right here in the chambers for kind of a meet and greet. You and I were there. And it's just to kind of further cement the relationship between the different divisions and departments within the city and put a name, associate a name with a face, and exchange cell phone numbers and the like. So thank you to everyone who attended. We probably had 30 people here.
It was great.
Yeah,
it was really solid representation from both. I mean, a good example of what you're talking about is, our administrative staff emails with the administrative staff at Monterey Fire and has for a year, and they've never had an opportunity to meet face to face. So I mean, you can just work so much better together when you have an opportunity to know who's on the other end of an email or a phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and thanks to Juanita Menig for getting the pizza.
Absolutely.
It was great.
It's
we
great.
had enough pizza, which was amazing. So well done. Thank you.
Yep.
Next week, I think I've got another one here, and then we'll bounce to you again. Next week, I've got a meeting on the governor's May revised budget. And so, as you've probably been reading, we have somewhere between a $31 and a $78 billion state deficit. So the mayor came out with his revise, which obviously constitutes a lot of cuts. The governor's $31 to $78 billion deficit in the May revise in the state budget. So I'll be talking with some of our colleagues to determine whether that impacts the city and our nonprofits and the people that are afforded funding from the state. We don't get state funding, but the nonprofits certainly do.
Right. Yeah. One of the things I just want to highlight next week is public. We're going to be recognizing our public works team. We're going to be hosting a barbecue for them, and just generally celebrating all the wonderful work they do on a daily basis. A lot of it which goes unknown, to be honest. I mean, a lot of the stuff they do keeps the lights on, keeps the water flowing, keeps things safe. And it's things that hopefully you don't know they do because it doesn't cause anybody harm or problems because they're doing their jobs. But we do see them out there oftentimes doing things that are very recognizable as well. Fixing our sidewalks, trimming our trees. Yeah. They're a fabulous team, so we'll be recognizing them next week. Yeah,
well said. Well said. You're exactly right. And when a lot of folks are coming in from a storm, our public works crews are the ones that are going out into it. And they really are an important element of our public safety program in the village. So thank you for doing what you do. Look forward to breaking bread with you next week. And then a last note is thank you to the Carmel Chamber of Commerce for hosting the State of the City with Congressman Panetta and Mayor Potter and myself as speakers last week. I think it was a great event. I love the format. We love being partners with the chamber. And in that vein, I'm having coffee with our amazing executive director, Katie Ania, next week, Brandon, at 8:30 a.m. next Friday. And I thought if it was okay with you, we could invite her onto the vlog.
That'd be great. Yeah.
And she's only been here for a few months, but not only. She's been here for a few months, first 100 days, reflections, and just get her to know our 9 million viewers for the vlog, and know that this is a potential forum for her on a periodic basis as well. New leadership at the chamber. That's great. All right. Well, I think that was a pretty good speed round back and forth. Yeah, it wasn't as fast as I thought because I kind of have marbles in my mouth today. But I'm leaving for South County to go to Gonzales now, and I'll see you this afternoon. Drive safe, and everybody out there, take good care.